At the point when Land Rover reported its progressions for the Range Rover and Range Rover Sport lines, a standout amongst the most prominent updates was the expansion of a module half-and-half variation for each. On paper, it sounds noteworthy, with a sum of 398 strength between the turbocharged inline-four and electric engine. It even brags an all-electric scope of around 30 miles, however general efficiency presently can't seem to be discharged. To see whether it is in the same class as it looks on paper, Land Rover conveyed us out to California for a short drive, barely 60 minutes, in 3-generation autos, as proved by the huge red crisis stop catch we were requested to please not press unless totally required. Our test auto was a stunning light blue Range Rover Autobiography, which, being the second most noteworthy trim in the Range Rover lineup, made for a completely extravagant place to encounter the crossbreed powertrain. However, in the United States, the Autobiography trim won't be accessible with the crossbreed framework, and that is shocking in light of the fact that the powertrain didn't take away from the rich, cowhide-slathered involvement. The turbocharged 4-chamber might not have the undulating soundtrack of the Autobiography's standard V8, yet as 4 pots are concerned, this one is astonishingly smooth and calm, and notwithstanding when it ends up plainly noisier under hard speeding up, the motor note isn't obnoxious. Quickening with both motor and engine was likewise superbly sufficient and smooth, if not elating. All things considered, a Range Rover like this isn't intended to be hustled like a games auto, it's implied for open to floating and cruising. It should contrast positively and the diesel and gas V6s in base and HSE trim Range Rovers, both of which have less power and less torque. Obviously, being a module half-and-half with a strong range, the Range Rover PHEV can be driven in completely electric mode, and it can remain in that mode as far as possible up to 85 miles per hour. Our test course down Latigo Canyon Road on Pacific Coast Highway didn't generally manage to cost of us a chance to test that, yet we don't question its fit for it. The trap would keep your foot sufficiently light to keep from kicking in the motor while achieving that speed. It's a significant trap, as well, since when this huge SUV is running exclusively on the 114-pole electric engine, speeding up is horrendously moderate in typical rush hour gridlock. The perfect conditions for running in electric just mode appear to be moderate or unpredictable activity. Else, you'll presumably be sticking down the sufficiently pedal to bring the gas motor into play once more. We have one other nitpick with the half-and-half powertrain, and that is the brakes. Land Rover needs to do some more work on getting the vibe right. A significant part of the pedal travel is soft and numb as the regenerative braking does its stuff, and when pushed enough that the physical brakes actuate, they snatch harder than anticipated, making smooth stops dubious.